This white boy is going to start singing like a canary.
No, not that one. This one.
Ashton Kutcher has a history of always finding himself in the middle of some court bullshit.
There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over Punk'd.
So I guess I never realized how close Ashton Kutcher is with P. Diddy. I had no idea that they had been friends for years and Ashton Kutcher used to attend Diddy's white parties. Like, Diddy and Ashton have been close even back when he was married to Diddy.
Ashton Kutcher is very much being thrown under the bus right now, and his links to P. Diddy isn't helping his reputation.
Ashton Kutcher's world is crumbling, and he is not getting out of this one. A bombshell lawyer just blew his cover, tying him directly to Diddy's disturbing world, and the feds are ready to take action. After years of dark secrets, twisted parties, and shady ties, it's official. Ashton's about to face the consequences. Hollywood's favorite, Ashton Kutcher, is suddenly entangled in one of the biggest scandals rocking the entertainment industry. Diddy's recent legal troubles are spiraling out of control, with charges that stretch from coercion and racketeering to hosting the kind of parties that make your skin crawl. Diddy's reputation as a party-loving mogul is now tainted by allegations of running what some are calling a full-blown criminal enterprise. Reports detail how he allegedly coerced young stars into compromising situations, using power and intimidation to maintain control. His infamous freak-off parties have gone from whispered rumors to public spectacle, with victims coming forward and spilling the dark secrets of what went down behind Diddy's closed doors. We're talking about allegations that date back years, claims of SA, physical intimidation, even dosing young stars with substances to keep them compliant. The picture being painted by these accusations is one of manipulation and control, where Diddy's influence reached far beyond the music industry. But this story isn't just about Diddy. It's about who was by his side through it all. And one name keeps coming up: Ashton Kutcher. For years, Ashton's been the guy with the clean image, the charming, goofy actor from That 70s Show, who transitioned into a savvy tech investor and activist. But recently, as Diddy's darker side has come to light, Ashton's connections to him are raising eyebrows. Could Ashton's Hollywood nice guy persona be hiding a much darker truth? First off, let's set the stage. Ashton and Diddy go way back. We're talking regular appearances at Diddy's ultra-exclusive white-on-white Labor Day parties. You know, those legendary events where only the most in people in Hollywood get invited. He was pretty much a regular, even co-hosting that iconic white party in 2009 with him, and by the looks of it, he seemed to be enjoying them a little too much. Diddy even called him his sounding board, someone he could talk business and life with. And Diddy didn't just throw parties, they were practically rituals. Who was there? Who did what? It all went down in these iconic gatherings. But that's just where things start. Ashton and Diddy were more than acquaintances. Their friendship grew tight during the days of Punk'd, Ashton's MTV prank show.
And I gave him a call one day and I said, I heard that you are going to punk me, and I just don't think that's a good idea. I
don't think that's the way you said it. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, then you tell the story.
I'm pretty sure that's not the way you said it. Okay. I don't think that's a good idea. Is that what you said?
Please don't punk me.
So yeah, they've had laughs and schemes, but could there have been something darker going on all along? During a 2019 appearance on Hot Ones, Ashton was grilled about these legendary parties, and his response raised more questions than answers.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over Punk'd, because he was like, yo, you can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation.
It seemed like a joke at the time, but now it feels more like a confession. What could be so bad that Ashton felt he couldn't speak about it even years later? And then there's the bombshell lawyer testimony that has turned the spotlight on Ashton. Lawyer Tony Busby, who's representing several of Diddy's alleged victims, suggested that Ashton might have witnessed some of the most shocking moments at Diddy's parties. The lawyer claims Ashton knew about what went down at Diddy's gatherings, possibly even more than he ever let on. And if the rumors are true, this lawyer might even have receipts to back up their claims, from texts and photos to testimony that Ashton was present during some of Diddy's most infamous parties. But that's not all. Reports suggest that federal investigators are keeping a close eye on Ashton. They want to know how much he saw, how much he knew, and whether he played any part in covering up Diddy's behavior. So yeah, Ashton's under a microscope right now. His name has been floating around as a potential witness, or worse, a possible accomplice. This raises the stakes in a way that Ashton probably never imagined when he was just hanging out with his sounding board buddy. Being dragged into a federal case isn't just a PR nightmare. It's the kind of mess that can destroy careers. And for someone like Ashton, who built his brand on being a clean-cut tech entrepreneur, this could be the end of the line. Now, let's rewind to Ashton and his public image. Mr. Nice Guy, the lovable goofball, the aw shucks dude who'd made his name pranking celebs and playing the tech mogul game. He isn't just an actor, he's also the co-founder of Thorn, an anti-human trafficking organization he set up with his ex, Demi Moore. This nonprofit partners with tech companies and law enforcement to tackle online exploitation, a cause he's been vocal about for years. But here's where things start to get sticky. Because on one hand, he's positioning himself as a protector, yet on the other, he openly defended his buddy Danny Masterson, who's been convicted of assault. Ashton's whole clean-cut image has been getting questioned because of his controversial support of Danny.
And if you look at a cast of a sitcom, I don't think anywhere else you find more problematic people in one group. Well, maybe only the cast of Glee could possibly take that spot.
In their letter, Ashton praised Masterson as the guy who kept him grounded, pushed him away from the Hollywood drug scene, and was nothing but positive. He talked about how Masterson was a stand-up dad and someone he'd trust with his kids. But here's the twist. These letters weren't just character references. They contained specific phrases that fans noticed had a very, let's say, Scientology-inspired tone. But as soon as those letters went public, the backlash was massive. Their fans were furious, and Ashton and Mila's reputations took a major hit. Cue the "We're so sorry" video, which, let's be real, didn't exactly win people over.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
A couple months ago, Danny's family reached out to us and they asked us to write character letters to represent the person that we knew for 25 years so that the judge could take that into full consideration relative to the sentencing.
The letters were not written to question the legitimacy of the judicial system or the validity of the jury's ruling.
They were intended for the judge to read and not to undermine the testimony of the victims or re-traumatize them in any way. We would never want to do that. And we're sorry if that has taken place.
Critics called it scripted and insincere. And now, with Diddy's legal battles pulling him back into the spotlight, Ashton's reputation is once again on the line. With the FBI now looking into Diddy's alleged crimes, it's clear that this is way bigger than we thought. Ashton's relationship with Diddy is under scrutiny and people want answers. But there's one story that rarely gets talked about, the darkest chapter in Ashton Kutcher's life, and some fans think he might have a part in the blame. It's February 21st, 2001, and Ashton Kutcher's hyped for his first date with Ashley Ellerin, a 22-year-old he's just met through mutuals.
They were both newly single and had mutual friends. This was their first date.
Ashton pulls up to Ashley's apartment, but he's running late, and when he knocks, there's no answer.
He assumed that she was mad because he was late and had gone out without him.
But the next morning, whole different story.
So he left and went home. The following morning, Ashley was found deceased by her roommate. She had been stabbed 47 times.
Turns out the killer was Michael Gargiulo, a real-life stalker nightmare who was later dubbed the Hollywood Ripper. This guy wasn't just your run-of-the-mill creeper. He would stalk women living nearby, break into their homes, and attack them in the most brutal ways. Years later, Ashton found himself in court, testifying at Gargiulo's trial. This wasn't just some small case. This was the big leagues. And in July 2021, after facing multiple charges, Gargiulo was sentenced to the death penalty. But was it a coincidence that Ashton was there just the night before? Fans don't think so, saying Ashton Kutcher had something to do with it. Now let's shift the lens over to Mila Kunis. Word is, Mila's been quiet for a reason, and it might be more than just staying out of drama. Insiders are whispering that Mila's low profile might be strategic. Apparently, she's done with all these secrets and rumors tying Ashton to these crimes. She's also feeling all kinds of uneasy about Ashton's history with Diddy, especially with the feds zeroing in. Could Mila actually be in touch with investigators, giving them a little insight into Ashton's ties with Diddy's world? Rumor has it Mila's even putting some distance between herself and Ashton, just in case. She might know that this investigation could mean more than just bad press, and if she's got details she hasn't shared, her cooperation could change the whole game. And if there's truth to that, Ashton's situation just got way messier. After all, if anyone's got the keys to Ashton's secrets, it's his wife. Ashton's name just keeps popping up in Diddy's mess, and this one's on a whole new level of creepy. So here's the tea. A clip from the 2003 MTV Movie Awards just resurfaced, showing Diddy inviting the ring star Dave Chase, who was only 12 at the time, to his after party. Yep, you read that right. And who's right there with him, laughing and looking totally chill? Ashton Kutcher and Farnsworth Bentley.
We've got a couple ideas I know we're going on.
Yeah, you're on next section.
Right, so we wanted to talk to you about a couple ideas we had just for our intro.
To make it a little bit hotter. Okay.
So here's the thing. See, we wanted to start off on a yacht. Us on a yacht with hot chicks drinking champagne.
In Sandro Pay. Okay, we're on the yacht and then mermaids are serving us. Okay, so and then they say to us, MTV Movie Awards.